Hi everyone, so today I'm coming to you with this video on how I prep my nails. And I'm about to begin doing my new set, and I had already prepped a little bit on them, but then I figured I should just make a video since I haven't been doing too much videos. But now I think I'm gonna start doing videos, tutorials, and designs. Now that I'm gonna have a little bit more time, so I'm gonna go ahead and start on how I prep my nails. I know that I'm not a professional or anything like that. I do try my best to learn on my own ways and my best possible. And I don't know, like I just like to Google some stuff and YouTube some stuff, some educational stuff that can help me help you, and stuff like that. But like I said, if you guys have a better way of doing it, go ahead. But I'm just gonna show you how I, Tapatia, do or prep my nails before I start my set. I wash my hands prior to doing the set or preparing the nails or stuff. I wash my hands. I also use hand sanitizer, which I already went ahead and applied, since I'm gonna go in and do some more. And I disinfect my hands. So I wash and sanitize my hands. And if I'm doing a customer, I do the same. They have to wash their hands and then I sanitize. Just because I don't have a salon or stuff doesn't mean I don't have to work like one. So that's what I do, and then I go ahead and use my Sani spray, and I use it. Of course, this is what the customer. I remove any rings or anything that I might have. So I use it. I put it on my nails, and then on palm and back of my hand. I do it in every procedure, and then I just match the way to the hand, and then I always disinfect everything before I use it, even though I'm using it on my own hands, or I use it only on me. I disinfect everything, even brush, even files, everything. I already went ahead and disinfected everything for the sake of the video. So what I do is I push my cuticle back. This is something that most of you do it. Some of them don't like doing it, but in my personal way, I do it. I do not lift the skin, which is very different from just pushing the cuticle back. I do not lift the skin because I know some girls lift it and then just push it back. I don't do that. I only push it back so I can just uncover more nail. And then all this excess skin or like dead skin, I remove it. And you can see just falling. So I just remove it, and there's just a little bit more that was left. And then with the brush, I do it in this direction, not towards the inside, because still, if you leave anything inside your nail, it's gonna lift. The acrylic is not made for skin, and it's not gonna stay on your skin. So if you leave any skin here or dead skin, your acrylic, it will lift. So I go ahead and remove all this, and then same to all nails. I push it back, and then the sides too. I push it back, and then with this side, I just start removing this skin. And everything, I do it in one direction. I don't go back and forth. If I start from here, I start and then end on the other side. I do everything in one direction. So now that like I said, I already did it on all of them. So now I use my 150 file. This is the one I use. There's people that recommend one soft, but this is the one I have always used, and this is the one that works for me. So when I file, I do it in one direction as well. This is how I file, in one direction. I don't do like that. I don't do back and forth, or I only do it in one. Sorry, I touched my skin right here. But I only do it in one direction. This is a very soft one, so you could do it on your skin. I do it, you know, I'm doing it right now. It's not hurting. But again, everybody works their way. This is the one I like to use, and this is the one that works for me. So I do it in one direction, just to remove the natural shine of the nail. In my personal opinion, there is no need to use a drill. I don't use a drill on natural nails ever. I don't find it necessary. I only use the nail drill on the acrylic. I think it causes a lot of damage to the natural nail, and at salons they do it that way. And when you take off your nails or they fall off, you can see how damaged the nail is. I don't do that. Not even with my customers, and my customers like it. Now that I've been, you know, doing nails from home, and customers have called me back saying that they like when they don't have the nail anymore, they like it that it's not damaged. So I think that's maybe a tip that could work for you. I use my file, again, one direction. Don't forget this area. This area here on the sides, and this area. Don't forget that area. So I file like that, one direction, until I see that there's no shine on my nail. There's no need to file it too much. And then one direction. And then you see down there, just shake it off. So same to all nails. One direction, not forgetting the sides in this part. And then I do the same to all nails. After I do this, I sanitize again. I feel safer. There are some people that after filing they buff it. They can use either sponge, they buff it. I've seen it on other videos. You can do that if you like. I don't personally do it, but if you want, you can do it. And then same to other hand, one direction only. That way you prevent from damaging your nail. You don't have to put too many fours on the nail. The file will do its job. So, like I said, I've done it. I have done it previously. I was preparing my nail, and then I was like, oh, I should just record. So, one direction. And I know I'll keep repeating myself about the one direction, but I think this is very important. This is like the second time I've done it right now. Now I remove, and then sanitize again. And then I just start applying if I'm using nail form, if I'm using tip, whatever I'm using, I start applying it. I'm using nail form. This is how I apply my nail forms. And then look here, making sure everything's lined up, and then that everything is straight. And then I close them, and then if I want to do stiletto, whatever I want to do, And there you go. You start applying your Pro. I'm sorry, before that, this is the protein bond that I use. Like I said, I use what has worked for me so far. I had some lifting before I started using organic, but now I haven't had any. I don't know if the product I was using was the wrong one, or I don't know what I was doing before, but right now I don't have any lifting. So what I do is I apply first coat, and then I apply a second one. I do this in every nail, and every time I prepare my nail. So now that's when I start, forming my nail bed. You can form your nail bed up to wherever length you want. This is the one that I use to form my nail bed. I used to use my own, or the ones that friends have sent me. And this is basically how I start my set. So I hope this video is useful to you. Like I said, there's different ways, I guess, of people doing it, but this is my way. I don't know if it's gonna work for you, but I'm showing you what has worked for me and how I prep my nails. Again, if you have better ideas, or maybe I'm doing it the wrong way, I don't know, but like I said, this is what has worked for me, and this is how I will continue doing it unless I find a better way, and then which I will show you and share with you guys. So thank you for your time. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you have a great week. Bye bye.